always need to hear both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Connecting the Jamaican diaspora abroad and at home.
Both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story, highlighting the positive role of the Jamaican diaspora. Both sides of the story.
We always need to hear both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Time now for Both Sides of the Story on Power 106 FM. We will not take sides, but we listen to your side. Join us as we explore the issues, present the facts, speak with the experts, and as always, listen to both sides. What's your story? Tell us on Both Sides of the Story. 922-4112, 922-4113, 922-4114, and 922-4115. You can listen to both sides of the story on the Gleaner's website, www.go-jamaica.com, on your mobile phones at tunein.com or nobex.com, or by dialing 832-551-5045 or 213-493-0133 in the USA. If you're in the UK, you can dial 020-3519-0145, and in Germany, 051-180-904044. Our email address is bothsides106@live.com, and you can join us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, or link us up on Skype. We look forward to receiving your instant messages on MSN or Yahoo, and your text messages on 365-3346. Remember, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we can listen twice as much as we speak. So stay with us as we listen to both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Power 106.
I do not believe, Your Worship, that this court, in inflicting penalties, will determine the course from which they believe is right. History shows that penalties do not deter men when their conscience is aroused, nor will they deter my people or the colleagues with whom I've worked before. I hate the practice of race discrimination, and in doing so, in my hatred, I am sustained by the faith that the overwhelming majority of mankind hates it equally. Nothing that this court can do will change in any way that hatred in me. During my lifetime, I have dedicated myself to the struggle of the African people. I fought against white domination, and I've fought against black domination. I've cherished the idea of a free and democratic society in which all persons live together with harmony and with equal opportunity. It's an ideal I hope to live for and see realized, but if needs be, by God, it is an ideal for which I am prepared to die.
The higher you build your barriers, the taller I become. The farther you take my rights away, the faster I will run. You can deny me, you can decide to turn your face away. No matter, 'cause there's something inside so strong. I know that tumbling. Deny my place and time. You squander wealth that's mine. My light will shine so brightly it will blind you. Because there's something inside so strong. I know that I can make it. Though you're doing me wrong, so wrong. You thought that my pride was gone. One blue. Something inside so strong. Something inside so strong. Brothers and sisters, when they insist we're just not good enough, well, we know better. Let's look them in the eyes and say, we wanna do it anyway. 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 Something inside so strong. I know that I can make it. I am doing me wrong, so wrong. But that my pride was gone. Oh no, no, no. Something inside so strong. Something inside so strong. I know that I can make it. I am doing me wrong, so wrong. But that my pride was gone. Oh no, no, no. Something inside so strong. Something inside so strong. Something inside so strong. Something inside so strong.
We started out this afternoon with a speech that was delivered by the late, great Nelson Mandela in court in Pretoria on the 20th of April, 1964. That's a speech we recited earlier on, learned it many, many years ago, never forgotten it. And so on this, the 104th anniversary of the late, great Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela, we had to pair Labby Sifre's Something Inside So Strong with Mandela's speech. And so we remember the great Nelson Mandela on this day, the 18th of July. He was born in 1918, 104 years ago today.
The more you refuse to hear my voice, the louder I will sing.
You hide behind walls of Jericho. You also come tumbling. Deny my place and time. You squander wealth that's mine. My light will shine so brightly it will blind you. Because there's something inside so strong. Know that I can make it. You've been doing me wrong so long. Some of my pride was gone. Oh no. Something inside so strong. Oh, something inside so strong. Brothers and sisters, when they insist we're just not good enough. Well, we know better. Just look them in the eyes and say, we're gonna do it anyway. 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 Because there's something inside so strong. And now that I can make it, you're doing me wrong so long. Oh no, something inside so strong. Know that I can make it. You're doing me wrong so long. Some of my pride was gone. Oh no, something inside so strong. 2021 to 2030 is the International Decade of Healthy Aging, the International Decade of Ecosystem Restoration, the International Decade of Ocean Science for Sustainable Development, and the Decade of Action for Road Safety. It's the 18th day of the 7th month of 2022, the International Year of Sustainable Mountain Development, the International Year of Basic Sciences for Sustainable Development, the International Year of Glass, and the International Year of Artisanal Fisheries and Aquaculture. Put another way, it's the 18th day of the second month of the 2022 Atlantic hurricane season, and Jamaica's Weather Service is reporting that there's a low-level jet stream across Jamaica and the Central Caribbean. A low-level jet stream, we usually remind you, is a narrow band of fast-flowing winds in the lower levels of the atmosphere. The low-level jet stream is expected to remain across the island throughout today. Thereafter, a tropical wave is then expected to move across Jamaica Tuesday, that's tomorrow. The forecast for the rest of this afternoon, isolated showers and thunderstorms across southwestern parishes, otherwise partly cloudy, windy across sections of southern parishes. Tonight will become fair. It will be windy along the south coast. Other current regional weather features are a tropical wave approaching the Central Caribbean, another tropical wave across the Western Caribbean, and an area of low pressure across Panama. It's Constitution Day in Uruguay, and Nelson Mandela's birthday is being celebrated in South Africa and the rest of the world. It's the 104th anniversary of the birth of Nelson Mandela.
Walk into Marjan's Pharmacy and you will feel better. The service is clearly different. Marjan's Pharmacy, call 876-703-6335. The time by Marjan's Pharmacy is 2:15.
Under the law helps you to know your rights and how the laws of Jamaica can help you defend those rights. We've been doing it for 50 years, and that's right. The program is brought to you on Wednesdays by the Bank of Jamaica, building an inclusive economy. Under the law at 6:45 and 8:55 a.m. and at 4 and 9:55 p.m. Wednesdays on Power 106 FM.
Hoy es lunes, el 18 de julio 2022 y les saludamos en cualquier parte del mundo que nos están escuchando en este momento. Estamos muy agradecidos por el don de la vida y el privilegio de servirles en otra edición de su programa Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia. Nunca vamos a tomar su audiencia por sentado porque sabemos que ustedes tienen otras opciones. Y esta es la razón por la cual jamás olvidamos darle las gracias por elegir Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia, de lunes a viernes desde las 2 hasta las 5 de la tarde, aquí en Power 106 FM. La misión continúa para educar, capacitar, iluminar y estimular el espíritu empresarial. Bienvenidos. C'est lundi le 18 juillet 2022 et nous vous saluons tous qui nous écoutez où que vous soyez dans le monde. Nous sommes reconnaissants du don de la vie ainsi que du privilège d'être à votre service par une nouvelle édition de votre programme Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre. Nous ne considérons pas votre fidélité comme l'un de soi parce que nous savons que vous avez l'embarras du choix. C'est pourquoi nous n'oublions jamais de vous remercier de choisir d'écouter Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre, du lundi au vendredi de 2h à 5h de l'après-midi sur notre antenne Power 106 FM. Nous continuons notre mission d'éduquer, d'habiliter, d'éclairer et d'encourager l'esprit d'entreprise. Bienvenue. All we're saying is it's Monday, the 18th of July, 2022, and we greet you well wherever in the world you are listening to us right now. We remain eternally grateful for the gift of life and the privilege to serve you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story. We don't ever take your listenership for granted because we know you have choices. And that's why we never, ever forget to remember to say thanks for choosing to listen to Both Sides of the Story, Monday to Friday, 2 to 5, right here on Power 106 FM. The mission continues to educate, empower, enlighten, and encourage entrepreneurship. Welcome.
Oh, you're doing me wrong, so wrong. You thought that my pride was gone. From good. Something inside so strong.
Good afternoon to those of you listening to us on 106.1, 106.3, 106.5, 106.7, and 106.9. From Morant Point to Negril Point, from the Goat Islands to Galena Point. This is Power 106 FM, serving Jamaica and the diaspora. Hello to those tuned in via the Power 106 FM app, which you have downloaded from the App Store or the Google Play Store, depending on the nature of your device. Downloading is free, listening is free, whenever, wherever. We thank those of you who have dialed a designated number to listen to Power 106 FM from the United States or the United Kingdom. If you're in the United States and you wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM, your number is 631 359 8281. 631 359 8281. If you're in the United Kingdom and you wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM, your number is 0330 606 0953. 0330 606 0953. We're streaming live video on the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page. If you're not there yet, log on to Facebook. In the search box atop the page, type DERVAN MALCOLM. And you too will be able to not just hear, but see what's happening in the studios of Power 106 FM. If you don't have a Facebook account, no sweat. There's always YouTube. You don't need to have an account to access YouTube. All you need is a smart device or a not so smart device like a smartphone, tablet, computer, laptop, desktop, any one of those. And you need to have internet connection, and not just connection, but connectivity. And to test for connectivity, open a browser like Google Chrome. And if you notice that things are happening when you open that browser, it means you're good to go. And then you start typing YouTube. And before you can finish, the box will populate. And if you're doing this right now, you should see this video trending. If not, in the YouTube search box, type DERVANMALCOLM, and you too will be able to watch both sides of the story. How about that? What's on your mind this afternoon? Let's take your calls on 876-922-4112, 876-922-4113, 876-922-4114, and 876-922-4115. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can call us on WhatsApp as well. That number is 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. We're all over social media, as you're well aware. Facebook, Twitter, Skype, Instagram, LinkedIn, BBM, Yahoo Messenger, Tango, WhatsApp, Snapchat, and even TikTok. Though we posted one video maybe about, well, a few years ago. And that's the only thing we have posted. Nothing else since. Not so. Yeah. Well, the young people are enjoying that. The younger young people. Notice how I put it. The younger young people are enjoying TikTok. TikTok apparently. Yeah. So there you go. You're good to go. Let's greet those who are joining us on Facebook Live. Faye Weller says, "Good afternoon, Mr. Dervan and listeners." To you too, Faye Weller. Dr. Rosemary Adamson Lewis is tuned in. She says, "Happy Monday, Sir D. Solid words of wisdom. Love that song. Remembering the great Nelson Mandela." Indeed. Sophia Nemard in Newell, St. Elizabeth. Good afternoon to you. Keisha Leanne Wright says, "Hi, Dervan. Let us hear you sing now." Well, I did eventually, didn't I? Audrey Smith in Southampton in England says, "Listen, afternoon, Dervan and listeners everywhere, listening from a very hot and humid Southampton. I love it, but most people are not used to it because most people are not used to it being so hot with a lot of other disruptions going on. Take care, everyone, and you do likewise." Audrey in Southampton in England. Keisha Leanne Wright is having a good laugh. I wonder why. Ricardo in Glengoff, St. Catherine, is greeting us as usual. Good afternoon, Ricardo. Mikey Jarrett is in Brooklyn, New York. He says, "Good afternoon, blessings and blessed love, my brother, Dervan Malcolm from Brooklyn, New York." Welcome, Mikey Jarrett. Nicola, somewhere in central Jamaica. Buenas tardes. Good to have you on board, Nicola. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And let's hop across. What time is it? Oh, we have Land Solutions coming up. Stand by for that. Let's see if we can give you a quick snapshot of what's making the news right now. You know, we always try to keep you informed. We don't take it for granted that you have had all the time in the world to pay attention to all the news of the world. We're always happy to fill you in, as unpleasant as that can be at times, like now, this afternoon, when the Gleaners online platform is that a child is among 3 people hacked to death in St. Anne. The bodies of 3 people, including a child, were discovered at a house in Freehill, Bamboo, St. Anne on Monday morning. That's this morning. Head of the St. Anne Police Senior Superintendent Dwight Powell said the victims, a man, a woman, and a teenaged boy, had knife and machete wounds. The discovery was made about 8 o'clock this morning. The incident is said to have occurred sometime after 2 in the morning. Powell said the circumstances surrounding the killings have not yet been determined. What a tragedy. Another one. Condolences to the family, friends, colleagues, neighbors of the deceased. Oh boy. Also making the news on the Gleaner's website, organization, PNPYO, Senator Gabriela Morris has been elected president of the People's National Party Youth Organization, PNPYO. 4 vice presidents were also elected at the organization's National Congress on Sunday. A general secretary and other senior positions will be filled on Sunday. Gabriela Morris is the opposition's spokesperson on youth and entertainment and chairperson of the PNP's Junior Shadow Cabinet. She replaces Crystal Tomlinson, who resigned in July last year. An official was acting in the position. The PNP is the main opposition party in Jamaica, for those unfamiliar with Jamaican politics. And the Gleaner, having updated their website, reporting that the Klansman gang trial case against 3 accused gangsters closed. 3 defendants in the Klansman 1 Don gang trial completed their case when the trial resumed in the Home Circuit Court today. Defendants Khalifa Williams, Pete Miller, and Donovan Richards closed their case after the prosecution and defense lawyers agreed on information pertaining to their detention in custody. And the police are also probing if a St. Andrew chef was killed in reprisal. So that's another of the stories doing the rounds now. The St. Andrew North Police are investigating whether Saturday's murder of a chef on the Rose Hall Main Road in Lawrence Tavern is linked to an ongoing gang feud elsewhere in St. Andrew. The deceased has been identified as 44-year-old John Wanson Anderson from the Rose Hall community. Reports from the Lawrence Tavern police are that Anderson was selling soup at his roadside shop when he was attacked by gunmen who shot him in the head. He died on the spot. Condolences. Once again, the loss of any life is to be regretted. And the other story is that Sri Lanka's acting president has declared emergency amid protests. We're going to break for our regular Monday afternoon feature, Land Solutions, and then we return with more on both sides of the story.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now 2:30.
Gen Zers, we're back. Gen Z returns with a new look, fresh faces, hot topics, and a whole new vibe. We're talking finance, dating, dancehall. You think it? We discuss it. You don't want to miss it. So join us Saturdays at 10 a.m. on Power 106 FM and 6:30 p.m. on TVJ. Gen Z, a show for the youths, by the youths.
The Auto World.
It's the only program on Jamaican radio dedicated to the world of automobile. It's the Auto World with Shelley and McLagan. Get news and reviews relating to vehicles and automotive technology. Learn the ins and outs of mechanical operation. Find out about the various stakeholders in the local and international automotive sectors. From auto finance to road safety to motorcycles, the Auto World is your one-stop shop for everything auto. That's the Auto World with Shelley and McLagan. Weekdays at 5:15 p.m. on Power 106 FM and the Power 106 FM app. The following segment of Land Solutions is brought to you by Supreme Real Estate, Main Street, Salem, Runaway Bay, St. Anne.
It's a Monday afternoon, just after 2:30, and that means time for Land Solutions, the program where all your land-related matters are dealt with. Any issue at all having to do with the sale or purchase of land, you've come to the right place. Here are the numbers to call: 876-922-4113-5, 876-922-4113-5. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, which for Land Solutions, which means you can send your text messages or WhatsApp messages, and that number is 876-387-3182, 876-387-3182. The website is landsolutionsja.com, landsolutionsja.com. The email address is gloria@landsolutionsja.com, gloria@landsolutionsja.com. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/landsolutionsja, facebook.com/landsolutionsja. The law firm Brown, Findley and Company is headquartered in Suite 39 of the Winchester Business Center at 15 Hope Road, corner of Hope Road and Winchester Road in Halfway Tree, St. Andrew. They also have an office upstairs, Shop 6, the JN Building in Ocho Rios, St. Anne. They're encouraging their clients and potential clients to call ahead instead of just turning up. Call and you'll be advised accordingly. The numbers to call the law firm Brown, Findley and Company: 876-908-1950. That's 876-908-1950 or 876-908-3518. 876-908-3518. There is a direct line for those who wish to get in touch with the Ocho Rios office of the law firm Brown, Findley and Company. That number is 876-974-6083, 876-974-6083 for the Ocho Rios law offices of Brown, Findley and Company. In fact, a lawyer is on duty every Thursday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Every Thursday at the Ocho Rios office, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. In a moment, let's say good afternoon and welcome to your host on Land Solutions for today, Attorney at Law, Gloria Brown.
Thank you, Dervan. Good afternoon, everyone. And the WhatsApp message number, I just want to do a correction, is 387-3183, 387-3183. So persons can send me their WhatsApp messages or text messages. Thank you so much, Dervan. And good afternoon again, listeners. Welcome to Land Solutions. And can you believe it that come the 11th, come the 8th of August, we'll be celebrating 11 years of Land Solutions. And I would say 11 years of change in the landscape of the Jamaican landscape in terms of knowledge on land law. Because in every community, I think there's now a village lawyer when it comes to land law. Persons now understand a little bit more. Persons are asking the right questions. Persons are consulting us and asking before buying. Even last week, a gentleman came to me to say, in Ocho to say he was buying a piece of land and he wanted to come to me first because he realized that land is not bread where you buy a slice. So persons are really, really learning and getting into it, and I'm really grateful for that. And I'm thankful for the many persons who continue to support Land Solutions. And particularly, I want to say thanks to our new sponsors who have taken on board our program. I want to speak a little bit, and our new sponsors are Superior Real Estate. Okay, so you want to buy a property in St. Anne or anywhere, for that matter, you could always call Superior to help you to do your valuation, to identify a property for you or to sell your property. But I want to talk to my listeners this afternoon a little bit about when you put persons on your title, how do you get them off?
Can you pause there for a moment, Ms. Brown? Let's take a call first.
Thanks, everyone. Good afternoon.
Yes, I good.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Good.
Greetings.
Yeah, the first time I'm interested in what you were saying about it when my property. But the question, do you exist, do you perform, do you work out of Jamaica?
No, I don't. But remember, if you have a property in Jamaica, we don't need to, as other properties in Jamaica, even if you don't live in Jamaica, we can sort it out for you without you having to come to Jamaica.
Okay. Have you ever been in Bargain Village at Nathan?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. What are the things that a person needs to bring to you to administer for a property and adverse possession?
Just send me a WhatsApp message at 387-3183.
Thank you.
Yes, and I just send you what I want.
387
3183. 3183.
Thank
you, sir.
you.
To call 922-411-325. And remember, the text line is 387-3183. Send me a text message or a regular message. So I was speaking earlier about persons who want to take persons off title because I've had many requests. I need to take somebody off my title. And it's easy to put persons on your title, but it's not as easy to take them off. And you can put somebody on your title without them even knowing, and persons will come and say, but when I was putting on my child, the child doesn't even know they're on, so I need to take them off. But it doesn't work like that. You can put them on without them knowing, but you can't take them off without them knowing. So be very sure before you add persons on. Because if you add a baby on and you want to take the baby off, only a court can take off a child off a title. Only a court can give such an order. And you have to prove that the money did not belong to the baby. You are not holding it on trust for the baby. So a lot of things to consider. So I ask persons to, even though we encourage you in your estate planning, I always encourage persons to add the children when you can. But make sure, be very sure that you know what you're doing and that those are children who you will always have confidence in and who you will want to get the property. Because sometimes we change our minds and then it becomes difficult. So think about it carefully. When in doubt, make a will. If you're not sure that I really, really want to add that child, and parents come in and say, I want to add the child, but I'm not sure, when in doubt, make a will. We also have this tendency where we are saying, I'm going to put John on the title because John will take care of Mary and Peter. Don't do that. Don't put John alone. If you know you don't want John alone to benefit, it's better. Make a will and will it to everybody or put on everybody at the same time, because you might put John alone and say, hey, John will take care. But God forbid and you pass on and then John passes on a little after you. The property is going to belong to John's wife and children and they might not want to give it to the others. And remember that dead man tells no tale. So we have to be very, very careful in terms of what we do, how we decide to deal with matters, how we decide to plan our estate. When in doubt, make a will. The number to call 922-411-325 and the text line 387-3183. I live on a land for 17 years. And I heard from a neighbor that the land belongs to the government. How can I get out the title for the land we live on? First of all, when you're claiming adverse possession against private land, it's 12 years. When it's the government land, it's 60 years, 60. So you have to occupy government land undisturbed for 60 years, which means the government has not taken you support and you have been there for 60 years. You don't have to be there for the 60. Your grandmother could have been there for 30, your mother for 20, and you for 10. So you can tag on. But you have to prove 60 years. So 17 years is not going to give you the government land. So you can get notice at any time to vacate. And we notice that there is this tendency among our people to build the most fancy house on land that does not belong to them. Remember, you can get notice at any time until you sort out the title. So I encourage persons to not because you see everybody building. But Mr. Brown build a house on it and you never had a problem. Alright, remember I tell you all the time, Mr. Brown's luck might not be your luck. So be careful. Another thing I'm seeing in a lot of communities, and especially because I deal with a lot of properties in Portmore, where people feel that because your boundary is from that fence to that fence, that the house should be from that fence to that fence. And I will let you know, the Portmore municipality is a municipality that does not joke. They give order every day for you to knock down a room, for you to knock down a part of the house, and when you knock down a part of the house, you're going to have to prove that the foundation and everything else is not adversely impacted or adversely affected. You have to show that the property is still, the building is still structurally safe. So I'm begging persons, look at your title before you start adding. Don't just get up and say, I'm going to add to my house because Mr. Brown have a bigger house than me, my neighbor, and he do have more money than me, and he's not better than me, and he can build why I can't build. You don't know what kind of approvals Mr. Brown has got. And as I speak about approvals, if you are going to add to your house, you need to get a new building plan done and passed before you start adding. Look at your title. The title might say no building must be less than 5 feet from the neighbors and 20 feet from the middle of the parochial road or the road the house faces. Don't just feel you can build from pillar to post and then you're fine, because you're going to run into problems. And a lot of the municipalities or the parish councils, we used to call them, they are not approving the modifications when we try to get the titles changed to match what you have built. So please don't just jump and say I want a bigger house because the big house is in fashion. I beg of you. Look at the covenants on your title, look at the conditions, get the plan approved and passed before you decide to build. Because you might find you're trying to borrow some money and you can't get any to borrow because the bank is not going to allow it. It's not going to approve a mortgage with a breach and you can't sell. And you might say, I'm going to live here forever, but you don't know what will happen to your children afterwards. They might want to sell, they might want a little money to borrow. Anything could happen and you want some money to borrow. And you find that you can't do anything because you have built and breached the covenant at every corner. Remember the numbers to call 922-411-325 and the text line. You can send me a WhatsApp message or a text message at 387-3183. And remember, my name is Dora Brown and we have offices in Ocho-Rios, the Jamaica National Building, and also in Halfway Tree at Winchester Business Center, Shop 39. And you can give me a call, 387-3183, to discuss the challenges you're having, because we know persons are having land challenges, and we're hoping, as I said, that Land Solution will be looking to celebrate 11 years come August 8th, and I'm going to ask all my listeners to give us a call to see what the program has done for you. But to take a break now, this is Land Solution.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:45.
Importers. Shipments requiring you to pay customs duties and taxes are cleared on a customs goods declaration, known as an IM4 or IMS4. Ask your clearing agent to provide your customs declaration, customs assessment notice, and customs receipt once duties and taxes are paid. Where your clearing agent may not be able to provide the IM4 or IMS4, request your customs goods declaration registration number or C number, which can be used to verify your payments. Importers, request your IM4, IMS4, or C number. It is your right. For details, email the Jamaica Customs Agency at public.relations@jca.gov.jm. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
Gen Zers, we're back. Gen Z returns with a new look, fresh faces, hot topics, and a whole new vibe. We're talking finance, dating, dancehall. You think it? We discuss it. You don't want to miss it. So join us Saturdays at 10 a.m. on Power 106 FM and 6:30 p.m. on TVJ. Gen Z, a show for the youths, by the youths.
You're listening to Land Solutions during both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. Land Solutions, the program where all your land-related matters are dealt with, anything at all to do with the sale or purchase of land. You've come to the right place. Here are the numbers to call: 876-922-4113-5, 876-922-4113-5. The text line for Land Solutions is the same as the WhatsApp number, 876-387-3183, 876-387-3183. The email address is gloria@landsolutionsja.com, gloria@landsolutionsja.com. The website is landsolutionsja.com, landsolutionsja.com. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/landsolutionsja, facebook.com/landsolutionsja. The law firm Brown, Findley and Company is headquartered in Suite 39 of the Winchester Business Center at 15 Hope Road, corner of Winchester Road and Hope Road in Halfway Tree, St. Andrew. They also have an office at Shop 6 upstairs, the Jamaica National Building in Ocho Rios, St. Anne. You're encouraged to call ahead instead of just turning up. Call ahead and you'll be advised accordingly. The numbers to call the law firm Brown, Findley and Company, 876-908-1950 or 876-908-3518. You can call the Ocho Rios office directly at 876-974-6083, 876-974-6083. And remember, a lawyer is on duty at the Ocho Rios offices of the law firm Brown, Findley and Company every Thursday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. every Thursday. Once again, here's attorney at law, Gloria Brown.
Thank you, Dervan. And I will be in Ocho Rios this Thursday. So remember, just give us a call in office to set an appointment for Ocho Rios this Thursday, preferably between 10 and 1. The numbers to call 922-411-325 and the text line 387-3183. Can an executor own land over which he has been put, over which he is put in control? It would be a conflict of interest unless all the beneficiaries agree to that to maybe sell the executor the property, but the executor can't just take over the property and own it. So I want a little bit more information if that is in fact the situation. But executors are trustees. They have a responsibility to protect the property over which they have been appointed trustees. The number to call 922-411-325. I have another text message, a very interesting one. If I have my wife and 2 children and 3 children outside the marriage, if I didn't make a will, are my outside children left out of my estate? No. And remember, we don't have outside and inside children again, we just have children. So you have a wife and 3 children, 2 for the wife and 3 that are not for the wife. So if you should pass without a will, your wife will get a half of the property and the other half will share for all 5 children. So the wife will have 5/10 and each child will have 1/10. So the children born in the marriage are no way better off than those who are born outside of the marriage. They are only better off because their mother will get a half, so they will end up, if the mother gives them her share, then they will end up with more, but they are not any way better off than the other children. So if you didn't have a wife, the entire property will be shared for all 5 children. 1/5, 1/5, 1/5, 1/5. 1/5, sorry. Also, same person, I bought a piece of land that I have to walk to someone else's land to get there, and the owner fences land. So I'm unable to access my land. What can I do? If you can show that you have been walking through it for 7 years, or the persons you bought it from have been walking through it for 7 years, then you now have an easement across the land, and the owner cannot legitimate the blockage. You could go to court and get an order for them to allow you to walk through. So what you probably need to do is to get your lawyer to write to the person, or maybe the person might be able to might be willing to provide alternate access, maybe to the side of their property. They don't want to walk in directly to the property. But if person have been walking through a property for a certain period of time, then you can't legitimately stop them from walking through afterwards. But we know that we live in a country where might is right, and persons, don't obey the law. But they can't just leave you landlocked like that. And that again is raises the whole question I'm talking about earlier, that as the old people say, we buy the land bad. So we're just not buying land in a proper way. Because what you really should have done when you bought that property, the person should have had a title where you'd have seen your access clearly. Did they have a survey diagram though, where you could see your access? Are you paying your own taxes? If you're paying your own taxes, when you go on the land value, on the IMAP for land value, what is the access that is being shown? A number of little things I would love to hear, get some more information on. Do you have a survey diagram showing the access? Have you ever surveyed that property? What is land value saying about it when you look at their plan? Is it showing where your access should be? Because sometimes, a lot of us, we have our proper access, but as far as we are concerned, it's too far. We know how we are as Jamaicans. Everybody wants a pedestrian crossing in front of their gate. Nobody wants to walk down the road to use the proper crossing. Everybody says, I must have a crossing at my gate. So I hope it's not a situation like that where you prefer that access when you have a proper access to your property. So there are some of the things that I would want to talk to you about a little bit more in order to advise you properly. But I'm encouraging persons, buy land with a lawyer. Get your own lawyer, get the other party to get a lawyer. And even suppose, for example, you really want the land and you can't wait to get a title. At least get a survey diagram when the person is selling it to you, so at least you know, say, hey, this is the property, this is the access, this is where my land is, this is how much land it is. All of those things we'd love to know before. We should know before we enter into an agreement to buy property. Because sometimes we run into problems. And I've said before, I say it all the time, a lot of people selling land are not the owners of land. They are just the first son or the only son left standing. And I know I've seen that I'm picking up more and more from persons. And I heard it even the other day. I thought from speaking to my clients that we had stopped dealing with that. That person was saying otherwise. That person was thinking otherwise. When persons say that the girl is not entitled to property because they don't name brown again. So for example, I'm married and my new name is black. Persons are saying that I'm not entitled to any of the land because it's brown land and I don't name brown again and my children don't name brown. It doesn't work like that, it's blood, it's not name. So the land belongs to my father. He had 10 children, regardless of what we married and named. He never made a will, we are all entitled. And girls don't have any less rights than boys. It's not like in the days of the Bible where it was the men who were. It's different times now. Girls have equal right whether they are married or not. That's just how it is. And remember, please, if any child has died for the parents, their children must get their shares. So your nieces and nephews must get the parents' share. It doesn't go to the last one who is standing, those who are alive. So we need to change how we are thinking about land. Lots of times we know, but we just don't want to know. It's like how we have this belief that I am paying the taxes so I am the owner. If you pay taxes for 50 years, that can make you own land. And as I said on this program all the time, suppose you come and pay the taxes for my house for me every year. Think about it. You think that would make you own my house? I really wish somebody would pay the taxes for me, because at least I wouldn't have it to pay. But we need to get rid of some of these things. It's 2022. Don't stop everything we hear on the road. We believe and think that is the law, and we follow these things daily. We need to get into the know. As I said, it's 11 years since we have been doing land solutions, and we are hoping that more and more persons are being educated in terms of buying land, selling land, land ownership, getting title for land. The numbers to call 922-411-325, 922-411-325, and the text line is 387-3183. Executors have surveyed the property in his name as the rightful owner. The fact that the executor has surveyed the property in his name is not saying that the executor is saying he's the rightful owner, but if the executor is going to do title, the executor is doing the right thing in surveying it in his name. So it's a part of the executor's responsibility to make sure that the titles are issued for the properties, and the executor would have to survey it in his name, yes. Right, that is what is done, surveyed in executor's name, and the executor will sort out the title. Person is asking if there is a time frame within which the executor can own the property. Well, we know that the adverse possession period is really 12 years. But the executor is a different creature, because executors are in a position of trust where it's difficult for them to exercise adverse possession over property. The courts would frown on it. But if you have an executor looking after your relative's estate, in which you are a beneficiary for more than 12 years, I would say that you really, really should have done something about it long before. What you need to do then, if these properties have titles, you probably need to lodge a caveat to protect your interest. If there's no title, then you probably need to really be looking at, getting a lawyer to write to the executor to see what the executor is doing to try to sort out the estate. Because it sounds like there's a problem from what you're saying. It seems as if you're having a problem between beneficiaries and executors. And I'm encouraging you to please try to see what you can do to get this sorted out. Find out who is the lawyer for the executor, so the lawyer is aware of your interests. But also remember, executors are powerful people. They have a lot of power. Executors step in the shoes of the person who has died and can do anything that person could have done. Which is why I always say to persons, the best executors are your beneficiaries. You're leaving the thing for your spouse and children, make them the executors. As best as possible, do not bring in outsiders. And you can have as many as 4 executors. As many as 4 executors you can have. So it might suit you to do that and have 4 maybe executors, even some of them younger than you. You don't want executors with persons who more than likely they are going to die before you. And you're willing to the children, make the children the executors. Remember the numbers to call are 922-411-325. And also remember that we have an office in Ocho Rios and in Kingston. My father died from 89. No one paid the tax. The land are in my grandfather's name. My auntie and I are living there. What can we do? What I would advise you to do is to survey the portion you are on. You're going to have to pay up the taxes in order to make the application for title. But you have been there for such a long time. I would advise you to survey the portion you're on and go straight to applying for title. 89 to now, that's 30 odd years. And that's another part of the challenge I'm having as well. Why are we taking so long to deal with these matters? Somebody died 89. I find that the most of us were just contented to just sit down comfortable and say, hey, I don't need anything. I'm eating, I'm sleeping, I'm living, so I don't need a title, until you find that you go to pay the tax and somebody has paid it. And then you run to Miss Brown and ask, why can't I get the title last week? Please look about the titles before you have problems. Before the evil days come and the troublesome days come. Please look about the title. No, I beg everybody, if you want a title, just send me a text message title. This is Land Solutions.
Coast to Coast Concrete, the high quality concrete for fencing, roofing, foundation, and road surfacing. Call 876-754-7472. The time by Coast to Coast Concrete is 3 o'clock.
Supreme Real Estate, licensed real estate dealers, the experts in residential, commercial, industrial, hotels, and villa sales, rentals, and leases. Supreme Real Estate, Main Street, Salem, Runaway Bay, St. Anne. Call 876-973-5026 or 876-973-6142 and email supremerealestate@cwjamaica.com. Get the most accurate news, sports, commentary, business, and more every Sunday from the best. The Sunday Gleaner. Discover a new job, home, or upgrade to a new car. Get the latest in entertainment, health, finance, and so much more. Purchase your copy this Sunday. The Sunday Gleaner gives you everything you need and more. The Gleaner, where life unfolds.
You're listening to Land Solutions during both sides of the story here on Paro 106 FM. Land Solutions, the program where all your land-related matters are dealt with. Anything at all to do with the sale or purchase of land, you've come to the right place. Here are the numbers to call: 876-922-4113-5, 876-922-4113-5. The text line for Land Solutions is the same as the WhatsApp number, 876-387-3183, 876-387-3183. The email address is gloria@landsolutionsja.com, gloria@landsolutionsja.com. The website is landsolutionsja.com, landsolutionsja.com. The law firm Brown, Findlay and Company is headquartered in Suite 39 of the Winchester Business Center at 15 Hope Road, corner of Winchester Road and Hope Road in Halfway Tree, St. Andrew. They also have an office at Shop 6 upstairs, the Jamaica National Building in Ocho Rios, St. Anne. You're encouraged to call ahead instead of turning up. The numbers to call the law firm Brown, Findlay and Company: 876-908-1950 or 876-908-3518. You can also call the Ocho Rios office, which is 876-974-6083, 876-974-6083. In fact, there's a lawyer on duty every Thursday at the Ocho Rios offices of the law firm Brown, Findlay and Company from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Once again, here's attorney at law, Gloria Brown.
Thank you, Dervan.
And we have a call for you, Ms. Brown.
Thank you, Dervan. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, ma'am. I'm interested in purchasing in the Fulmore area, but the land has been it has been breached excessively. Right? I'd like to know what steps would be involved in correcting the breach and the costs associated with that.
Before the Portmore, I don't know if you heard me at the start of the program.
I'm not
I was
hearing
saying that I don't know if you heard. I don't know if you heard me at the start of the program. I was saying that the Portmore Municipal Corporation is a corporation that does not joke. And what they have been asking persons to do is to knock down the portions of the building that are in breach. So if I were you, before you do anything about buying that, ask the owners if they got building permission before they put up the building and get a copy of the approved plan. Then I would go to the Portmore Municipal Corporation with the approved plan, with the surveyor's report, and ask them if they would object to the modification of the covenant.
Okay.
Because if they say they're going to object, you don't buy. So ask them first what is their opinion and make sure the person who built the property got permission from them. Or else you're going to have to get a plan drawn or apply for the permission. But do all of that, spend your money.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, too, sir. The number is to call 922-411-325. And that's exactly what I was saying earlier.
Another one for you, Ms. Brown.
Thank you, Dervan. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Miss Brown.
Good afternoon, sir.
I've been a little problem with a surveyor.
Yes.
Up here, you're very low, I can't hear properly.
Okay, can you hear me now?
A little better.
Yes, sir. Tell me what's the problem. Tell me what's the problem you're having.
Yeah, up here, survey my place. At the back of my land, there was a visible pig, right? And him did not put any, him don't drop any peg, him just come and walk around the place and look, and then leave and claim, say, would I get a diagram in the next 4 weeks, right? I call him back and I say, I don't understand what he has done because I don't see him drop no peg that we could have known where my land is already. He collect a part of the money 4 months before, not 4 months, 4 weeks before he came. So I think he would.
I don't think the caller is hearing me. Sir, are you hearing me?
Barely hearing you, Miss Joe.
All right. Write down this number if you have a complaint. Write down this number.
I'm coming, getting a pay.
So if you have a number, there's a grievance and complaints committee for the surveyors. And the last number I've had, and I hope it has not changed, is 754-6912. 754-6912.
Hello.
Yes, sir. 754-6912. 754-6912.
1, 2.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Number 922-411-325. 922-411-325. And the text line is 387-3183. 387-3183. Can a title be legally issued without a name? No, a title is never issued without a name. There's always a name on a title. This person is saying the property that the collectorate, that's the tax office, under the name of the executors, one of whom is dead, because the executors' names would have to go on the title before it can be sent to the beneficiaries, you know. So if you say you see those persons' names on the tax roll, more than likely the title would be in the names of the 3 executors. You said one is dead, another one is physically and possibly mentally incapable of dealing. The 3rd executor has possession of the title. So you need to go and have a discussion with the executors or get a lawyer to deal with it for you so the property can be transferred to the beneficiaries before all 3 executors pass on. And I beg of persons who have been appointed executors, please, if you can't do the job, give it up. But it's easy to give up, you know. The lawyers will just prepare a document for you called a renunciation, where you can just give up the executorship. But don't take on people's business and then just sit on it, because a lot of us feel that we have so much power now that we have this system, we are executors, that we don't really fulfill our responsibility. And as well, a lot of beneficiaries are very careless as well in allowing executors to sit down on matters for 5, 10, 15 years. So I'm going to ask you to go to the 3rd executive. You might have to get a lawyer to deal with it. You get the, and another thing as well, you have to get the death certificate for the one who has died. You might have to get a court order to say that that one does not have the mental capacity to continue, which will allow the last one to deal with it and to transfer the properties to you, the executor. Another person is asking, can the executor eventually sell the property? Yes, the executor can sell the property, even though the father said in the will that it's not to be sold. Executors can sell. They have that authority. They must account to you for the proceeds. But remember, executors have to pay the lawyers. They are entitled to 6% of the estate as well. If there's no money to pay themselves, they have the right to sell. And if the beneficiaries can't agree, sometimes they have to sell too. So executors are people of power, which is why I say choose them carefully. And the best executors are the people you are willing the property to, because they have a vested interest. So today is an executors program. So who are these executors we're talking about? Because we can't take it for granted that persons know. The executors are the person who you name in your will to say these are the persons who have responsibility to carry out my request or my bequest. So you have appointed John Brooks, the money you have from the insurance company, the NHT contribution refund. All of that the executors will get. So executors are powerful people with a lot of responsibility and a lot of power, because they step in the shoes of the dead person. Anything the dead person could do, the executors can do. So choose them carefully, because sometimes some executors the things get to their heads sometimes, and sometimes some executors might before, you must have even one or two of them to say, hey, this is not right. But choose them carefully. 11325. And you can send me a text message as well or a WhatsApp message. And remember, we have an office. We have an office in Ogeria. And we also have an office in Kingston, in Halfway Tree. Is it true that in rural areas one doesn't have to do a building plan, you just build a house? No. A building plan should be done wherever you live, but because we're so indisciplined and because a lot of people in the municipal corporation are not doing their jobs. Okay, that's why sometimes these things are not properly enforced. But everybody, you should, wherever you are, you should get building approval before you put up anything. Can more than 2 persons be joint tenants? Yes, 100 people can be joint tenants. All of us in Jamaica, the 3 million of us, can buy a property as joint tenants. It just means that whoever lives the longest is going to own it. But 1 million people can be joint tenants. Is a will valid without witnesses? No. No. A building approval. You should get somebody to draw your plan, apply to the parish council, and get permission before you start building. And remember, read what is on your title. Read the conditions on your title, which will tell you how you can build, what distance you must build, etc. Look at those things before you start building. Just don't say you want a mansion, and many of us want to put a 20-bedroom house and a quarter square of land, where the house is much bigger than the land. And that is another time we're encroaching on other person's land, and we have so much conflict.
Just seeing a message, Miss Brown, from Pauline on YouTube. She says, Miss Brown, we need one of your offices in Mandeville or Santa Cruz, please.
I hear you, Pauline. Thanks, Dervan.
Okay.
I hear you, Pauline. But for the time being, we have an office in Kingston. And the thing is, Pauline, I represent so many persons who are abroad who I've never met. I get their titles for them. I send it to them abroad. It's really, things the way things are. People, as I said to person, you want a title, just send me a text message title. By tomorrow or by this evening, I'll tell you what I want. You send me copies of your documents.
Time for a break. Sorry. Time for a break. Sure.
Thank you, Dervan.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:15. The preceding segment of Land Solutions was brought to you by Supreme Real Estate, Main Street, Salem, Runaway Bay, St. Anne.
It's the final segment of Land Solutions for today. Get in those questions and have those queries addressed and learn more of the details you need to get with respect to the sale or purchase of land. You have just a few minutes left for this afternoon before we wrap Land Solutions. Now would be a good time for you to get in that call. 876-922-4113-5. That's 876-922-4113-5. The text line and the WhatsApp number are one and the same for Land Solutions. It's 876-387-3183. 876-387-3183. The website is landsolutionsja.com. Landsolutionsja.com. Email gloria@landsolutionsja.com. gloria@landsolutionsja.com. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/landsolutionsja. facebook.com/landsolutionsja. The law firm Brown, Findley and Company is headquartered in Suite 39 of the Winchester Business Center, which is at 15 Hope Road, corner of Hope Road and Winchester Road. You are encouraged to call ahead instead of just turning up. The numbers to call the law firm Brown, Findley and Company, 876-908-1950 or 876-908-3518. There's also an office in Ocho Rios, and you're encouraged again to call ahead. In fact, you can call the Ocho Rios office direct if you prefer. And that number is 876-974 All right, let's make sure we have the right one. 876 974 6083. 876 974 6083. And there's a lawyer on duty every Thursday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And in fact, all things being well, this Thursday, you can expect to see Attorney at Law Gloria Brown. So once again, let's take you back to Ms. Brown.
Thank you, Dervan. Remember the numbers to call 922-4113-5 and the text line 387-3183. 387-3183. And remember, I was just saying to the client in Manchester that these days it's so easy to deal with matters, because what happens that, like I would say to you, send me a picture of your diagram, and I send you the form I want. You just send out the form, the diagram, I prepare the documents, send them to you by courier. I send them this morning, you get them by this evening, you get them signed, send them back. So I'm doing that for a lot of my clients abroad who I've never met. I prepare their titles, I send it to them. I sell their properties, put their money in their accounts. They have never met me. That's just how it is these days. Because I have a lot of persons abroad. They want to get a title, they want to sell a property, they want to buy a property. It's just that I don't encourage persons to buy property unless they have seen it themselves. But sometimes persons have their relatives and they have confidence in them, and these days, you can see a virtual tour of these things. But you really don't need, especially if you want to get a title or you want to administer an estate and to probate a will, you really don't need to come into office for us to deal with those matters. We send you banking information, you can make your deposits, etc. But remember that these days you really don't need a big office space in order to deal with matters for persons. The number to call 922-4113 to 5 and the text line 387-3183, text line 387-3183. And you can send me an email, gloria@landsolutionsga.com. gloria@landsolutionsga.com. As Dervan said, I'll be in Ocheria's office this Thursday between 10 and 1. So I encourage you to please come and see me in the Ocheria's office between 10 and 1 this Thursday. And the Ocheria's office is right at the Jamaica National Building upstairs. As soon as you climb up the steps, we're on your left at shop 6. In the event of a mistake on the document of transfer of title with the valuation of property, when the amount stated is lower than the actual price, will there be a penalty for this mistake? No, the only way you get a penalty. So, for example, you are doing a transfer of title and you're transferring and you say the value is 1 million and the stamp office goes out and its value is 10 million. All they do is charge you the transfer tax based on 10 million. The only way you get a penalty is in relation to the date of the document, which is why we say to persons, don't date the document. So you wonder why lawyers say don't date documents. Because if it's 30 days past, then the penalty, there's a 100% penalty. So, for example, suppose the duty is 100,000 and a certain period passes, like 30 days, then you're going to pay 200,000 instead. So it's not because the value, the stamp of it does not agree with your value, no. That's not why you pay a penalty. You pay a penalty because of the date of the document. Because every day you have things where you send it in. So, for example, somebody selling a house for 5 million, the stamp office will go out and say, hey, it's 10 million for houses in those areas. So you can sell it for whatever you want, but the government wants their duty based on the actual value. So if it's sold for the 5 million, yes, and the title will say sold for 5 million. But government will want their duty based on the value of 10 million. I hope that answers your question. The numbers to call 922-4113 to 5 and the text line is 387-3183 and the email address gloria@landsolutionsga.com. Good afternoon, Ms. Gloria Brown. One of my sister's aunt-in-law will one of her houses to her, but she does not know what to do. I'm not sure who is the executor, but what you need to do, the executor needs to take the original will and the death certificate to a lawyer. Also, what you're going to give the lawyer as well is information about the beneficiaries and the executors and the witnesses. So for the executor or the executors and the beneficiaries, you're going to need name, address, occupation, and TRN. Name, address, occupation, TRN of the executors and the beneficiaries. And for the witnesses, you just need name, address, occupation. Names, addresses, occupation for the two witnesses. I remember we must have two witnesses. And when it is being signed, the two witnesses must be there at the same time with the person who is signing it. It's very, very important that you know that the two witnesses must be there when the person is signing the will. You can't ask me to sign your will today and Dervan to sign it tomorrow. It's not going to be valid, which means the two witnesses must have seen each other. You can't have somebody say, but I don't know Dervan, I've never seen him in my life. But how you and Dervan witness the will then? That means the will would not be valid. It must be signed by the person who is making it in the presence of two or more witnesses who must be present at the same time. And the witnesses should not get anything out of the will or the witness's spouse. So you ask me to witness your will, I should get nothing out of the will, or my husband should get nothing out of the will. Because I think what they're saying is that they don't want to show that there was some influence that you as a witness exerted over the testator, the person making the will, that caused them to leave something for you. So when I make wills in my office, I always make 4 and I witness them myself. That means there's nothing in them for me. I try and make 4. I give the person who is making the will, I give them 3 copies and I will keep 1. And I always encourage the person I make wills for to let somebody know you have a will. Don't just make a will and nobody knows that there's a will. Because then what will happen when you pass? They will say you die without a will and they will administer your estate when what we really should have been doing was a probate. But if you don't know there's a will, we can't do a probate. So that's very, very important for persons to note. Make somebody know you have a will. So I say to the person I make wills for, you might not want the beneficiaries to see your will because your will is private. Even the witnesses are not supposed to see your will, to read your will. They are only witnessing your signature. They are not witnessing the contents, or they are not to read your will. But I encourage the persons I make wills for, just say to somebody, if I should pass, go to my lawyer, Gloria Brown. And I get that all the time. Unfortunately, my clients will pass and the beneficiaries will come and I will check and I have a register and I will say, yes, I have a will for John Brown. Let persons know you have a will. And please write a will. So many of us have wills that we have written and they're not signed. And it's a very simple thing. You don't need a lawyer to even write it. It can be written on any form of paper. Get an exercise book, a folder paper, or better still get a will form because those are easy to use. They are user-friendly. That's the term we use. They are easy to because they give instructions on what to do. This is the last will and testament of Peter Brown. I appoint John and Mary Brown and address and occupation as my executors. I give my house at such and such a place to my son John, and I give the money in the bank to my daughter Mary. So as simple as that, date it and sign it with 2 persons present and you have a will. Not complex. And it's not going to kill you. So please let us stop saying we're not going to write them because we're going to die. And you know why we keep saying that? Because we know a lot of people having written them, they have died. But we wait until we're dying to write them and then we blame the will for causing us to die. And we were dying before. Just because a lot of us all we're doing, we're making deathbed wills. And a lot of persons who intend to make them don't get the chance to make them. So I'm begging persons, a lot of the problems and the conflict we have is because we have not written down things. We have not put them in writing and we leave our beneficiaries to live like puss and dogs, war and war and war because we did not write it down. And I've said all the time, a lot of the problems we're having is because reality, expectation and reality don't coincide. I expect that when Mama died, the house is mine because she told me on her deathbed that it's mine and she gave me the title. And everybody in the community know that it's mine, but Mama did not make a will. She said it by word of mouth, but word of mouth cannot pass property. So when Mama died, she never made a will. So half of the property will go to her husband and half must share for her 10 children. I cannot come and claim the house even though Mama said all the time it's mine. And a lot of us, a lot of the older persons, we tell people, oh, the house can be, nobody can trouble you. So you're married to this gentleman and it's on family land that he has built the house and he tell you, but nobody can trouble you, man, nobody can trouble you. And when he dies, you never know that people will trouble you so much. That's when trouble starts. Do not take words like that from persons. Write it down. put it in writing. Let them write it down. Let them make a will. Put it in, as we say in Jamaica, put it in black and white. But we need to stop this thing. I know we come from people of oral tradition because when we were trafficked from Africa, we were introduced to one of the most difficult languages to learn, the English language, and many of us find it difficult to manage the language. So because of that, we have problems. But I beg our persons, let us try to write it down. You might say, I don't have the money, I can't manage it. As I said all the time, there's a legal aid clinic at Bethel Baptist Church in Halfway Tree every Saturday morning between 10 and 12. The fee is $500. Go and write your will. We have some of the best lawyers there. I work there, Miss Finley works there. I'm not sure when I'm there next, but you have excellent attorneys there. We'll sit down and write a will for you. $500. There's no excuse. You are inexcusable, oh man. We are stewards of what we have, and it's required of a steward that a man be found faithful. And many of us have been unfaithful when it comes to our assets and unfaithful when it comes to our children. Many of us have raised children. Maybe we didn't give birth to them. We raised a little girl from she born. She look after us. She bury us. And we didn't write them because we said nobody can trouble her because she's not blood. She will not be able to get anything. If you don't have any brothers and sisters going to get it over her, or your uncles and aunts. Those are things that we need to be aware of. So I'm begging clients. I preach it every day. Write it down. Write it down. If you can't even afford it, come and we'll help you. Write it down. That's what I'm saying to my clients this afternoon. I want to thank you so much for supporting Land Solutions. We're about, come the 8th of August, we're about to celebrate our 11th year of having this program on air. And I want to say thanks to Power for facilitating us, for making Jamaican people, bringing them in the know. I want to say thanks to Dervan for having facilitated us all this year. We started with Dear Pastor in the night and moved it to the day. Started at first, and Calicia, my partner and niece, has joined. And I want to say thanks to all the listeners from all over the world, every nook and cranny in Jamaica. I was saying to a gentleman the other day, it's not entertainment, when you tell me that you and your wife can't miss it, or enjoy it, or can laugh. It's not that. But it's entertainment as well too. I guess that's part of the learning process. But thanks so much. I remember I've been ulterior, God willing, at the Jamaica National Building at my office this Thursday. Give me a call. But if any problems you have as well, give me a call on my cell phone, 387-3183. Thank you so much and have a good day, everyone.
Protecting Jamaica's borders from illicit imports and exports is a key priority for the Jamaica Customs Agency. The JCA will remain vigilant and resolute in effectively fulfilling this mandate. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
3:30. The Mothers Union will be making a special contribution to Sister Cherry. She's really struggling to take care of her bills,
Yes, I get that things are not too good with her, and the sad thing is that she gave her all when she worked at the parish council.
So true. And that is why I believe that this new compensation system that the government is implementing is a good thing, especially when you retire.
I agree. Some people don't seem to understand that it's really when you retire you really need support, and the new system will make them better off when they retire. A larger basic pay means higher pension, which leads to greater ability to look after yourself financially when you retire.
The government should have done this 10 years ago so that we could benefit. The new public sector compensation system. Better pay, better pension. Visit mof.gov.jm to learn more.
Hello, everybody. Afternoon.
The higher you build your barriers, the taller I become. The farther you take my rights away,
Afternoon. How are you?
the faster I will run.
All right. Fine, thank you. One moment, please. Just a moment. We're going on air right now. Hold on, please. Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world, taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. Quick update in terms of those who have joined us since the last time we checked. Hello to Valerie Thompson. She says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. Blessing every time. To you too, Valerie Thompson. Olga Hollingshead says, pleasant Monday afternoon, sir, and all your listening audiences. Congratulations to our ladies on such a spectacular 1-2-3 win last night in Eugene. Make me feel proud to be a Jamaican. Peace and love for a great day. Thank you, Olga Hollingshead. I believe you're in Florida. B. Jew in New York says, hello, Dervan. Hello, B. Jew. How is Mr. B? How is Jorvilia? Hope all is well. Jeannie Chambers, good afternoon. Natalie Winter in Washington Gardens, good afternoon to you. And Velta Wilson is in St. Thomas waving to us. Hi, Velta Wilson. Good to have you on board. At this time, we're going to introduce to you a man who needs no introduction. He is Mr. Roy Rayan. No, he's not going to be singing Give Thanks and Praises or Fever right now. But who knows? Maybe, not maybe, chances are on the 31st of July at around 6:30 in the evening. What are we talking about? The Optimist Club of Harborview's Emancipation in a Schoolyard and Vigil 2022 at Harborview Primary School. Gates open at midday. And let's say hello and welcome. Roy Rayan, how are you?
I'm mighty fine. I'm sitting among some smart little kids and I'm talking to my good friend, so I must be good.
Okay, very good. Good to know that you're doing well. There's a slight delay on the line, such is the nature of the technology. Hopefully there'll be a higher level of independence when it comes to the technology sooner rather than later, and that we will be emancipated from unstable internet connection. All right. Well, I tell you what. Let's fix that. Yes. So we'll keep going. So, Roy Rayan, can you tell us about this project, this program that you've been doing for quite a few years now?
This actually started out over by Caribbean Terrace at an Optimist house. August 1, they decided that they were going to just do something for the members of the club. And it moved from there. We started doing something for the members of the community. So it became, emancipation on the terrace. And after it outgrew the terrace, we came to Harborview Primary, and it's now emancipation in the schoolyard. But over the years, we've added things, we've moved things. And this year we actually, it's normally August 1, but this year it's July 31 into August 1, because of we're working it, structuring it as the vigil, the vigil. So at midnight, yes, we're going to be blowing the drums, blowing the bell, reading the proclamation and all of that. But before that, it will be a day of activities, fun and games, the rides, you name it. At 6 o'clock, we do the award, we do a community service award. And come 6:30, we start with the minimus of the optimists. And from minimus optimists and miss emancipation. And then after that, we go right through, and where we have we have some top selectors, some of the top selectors out of Harborview, mathematics, Kemar, all of those persons will be there. We have your good friend Dr. Ellis as an MC, and by the way, I don't know if people say it's versus, but this was Emma Bridget Nazaman when this come true. So that's the versus, but it's Roy and Nazaman singing some festival songs. So we're going to create some excitement, right? And we have Black Ellis, we have Kenroy Rose. So we have a very rounded package. And we're going to have the drummer sing. And by the way, the people in Harborview, what they need to know is if they walk, just like the regular vigils, if you walk with your cup, you will get your chocolate tea free. But if you don't walk with your cup, you're going to have to spend your money. So I'm certain it's not me who you want to talk to. I want it's actually 13 girls. It was 12. And we actually, we're ending up with a baker's dozen. We don't have all the 30 here, but most of them are here. So I'm certain you want me to get out the way so you can talk to them.
Sure, they can just, at your direction, they can introduce themselves one by one, and we can take it from there.
I think your mic is muted. You are muted.
All right, let me try that again.
There you go.
Right, so I'm saying what I'll probably do is ask each of them to introduce themselves, and then we take it from there. Yeah, so who's going first? All right. Good afternoon. Oh boy. We haven't done a Zoom link in a while, Well, I haven't done one in a while, so let me see what I'm doing wrong here. Oh boy. Let's see. We need to cut one of these. I don't know if it's this one or this in terms of the mic. I'm not sure. I don't remember actually. Use this? Okay. All right. Are you hearing me? Use this. Okay. Are you? All right. There's a bit of a delay on the line, but we'll do our best. All right. So Zion, what's your surname again, Zion? Say that again. Oh, the line is not so hot. Hmm? Oh, the line is not so. Mm-mm. Whoa. All right. Let's see if this is any better. Are you hearing me clearer now? Is that a yes? Yes? Very clear. All right. Well, let's keep it going then. All right. So Zion, you want to go first and tell us about yourself and why you decided to enter the Miss Optimist competition? Miss. Are you there, Zion? Are you there? I think we maybe have to use the regular phone link because Zoom is not. Yes.
Zion is getting herself together. Let us try it. Christina.
Christina? Christina, are you there? All right. Good afternoon, Christina. Please go ahead and introduce yourself. Nope. Signal is still weak. Christina, are you hearing me? Right. Good afternoon. Can you tell us a bit about yourself, please? Good afternoon.
My name is Christina Steele. I am 12 years old and I will be attending the Alpha Academy for Girls. The reason I entered this competition is because I wanted to give myself a challenge. I wanted to try something new that exposed me to different experiences and also to find a productive way to spend my summer.
That's very well put. So what are some of the things you will have to do as a contestant in the Miss Optimist competition?
Well, some of the things that we're expected to do is as I'm doing now, or as I'm trying some of the things to do now, project and for ourselves, poem singing and dancing, and
all right. Looks like freezing. We have the line freezing. All right. Hold on, please. Let's see if we can fine tune the connection after the break, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:45.
Importers. Shipments requiring you to pay customs duties and taxes are cleared on a
the speaker on their headset
known as an IM4 or IMS4.
Okay.
Ask your clearing agent to provide your customs declaration.
The speaker on your check the speaker on your headset. It's a little too loud, I'm being told by the engineer.
Able to provide the IM4 or IMS4. Request your customs goods declaration registration number or C number, which can be used to verify your payments. Importers, request your IM4, IMS4, or C number. It is your right.
Hello?
For details, email the Jamaica Customs Agency at public.relations@jca.gov.jm. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
Hello?
Hospital Supplies has medical equipment for health at home.
We have oxygen supplies,
Wheelchairs,
digital blood pressure machines,
adult diapers,
Sure Comfort
Hello?
diabetic supplies,
CareSense blood sugar meters,
humidifiers, and scented spirometers.
Yes, hearing.
journals, bedpans,
I gather maybe you have headsets there that you're using or a speaker.
Supplies for all your home care needs. 66 and a half Alfred Road. Call 929.
Okay, because apparently that's where the feedback is coming from, I'm told. But let's see what happens when we go back on.
Our future will be built. The future leaders of our country who will protect our
So we
people.
spoke with Zion and we were speaking with Christina a while ago, correct?
Great essays by our top students in the Gleaner's Best in Class book. Available for purchase at the Gleaner Library.
Hopefully the internet stands up.
Gift Shop, 32 Lyndhurst Road, and the Gleaner's Western Bureau offices at 23 Orange Street, Montego Bay. The Gleaner, where life unfolds. Farmers, come for a candid conversation with the Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, the Honorable Colonel Charles Jr. Learn more about the agricultural sector and the role we all play with its development. That's a Morning with the Minister, every second and fourth Friday of every month during Farm Talk with Althea McKenzie, right here on Power 106 FM.
All right, stand by. Let's go. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story. Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. In the spirit of emancipendence, we're featuring previewing the Optimist Club of Harborview's Emancipation in a Schoolyard and Vigil 2022, which is set for Harborview Primary School on the 31st of July. And it is going to be quite something, apparently. Roy Ryan is the magnet behind it all, with his team of volunteers and impressionable young people who are participating in the Optimist Club of Harborview's Minimis Optimist competition. We heard from Zion earlier on, and we also heard from Christina. Are you still there, Christina? Say that again. Go ahead with your name again, please.
My name is
And what do you think about this competition that you're entering?
What do you mean, sir?
What do you think? How do you feel about this competition that you've entered?
Great.
Okay. All right. And what are some of the things that you've been doing so far, or will be doing, as a contestant in the Minimis Optimist competition?
I will be playing my instrument and I'll be playing the violin.
Oh.
And we'll be dancing on stage.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much for talking with us. Let's hear from another of the contestants. All the best. Who's next?
Honest
Honest
Stevenson.
Stevenson?
Yes.
I like that name.
Thank you.
Right. And which school do you attend?
I attend Dunham Park Technical High. I will be attending.
Sounds like you did well in your exams.
Yes, thank you.
So what are you expecting by participating in this competition? What is your hope? What are you hoping will happen as part?
Have fun with people and to meet new people and to have an amazing experience.
Wonderful. So who was responsible for naming you Honest?
Both of my parents.
All right. So that's a heavy weight on your shoulders. It means you can't afford to do anything else or to be anything else but honest. Do you think you can manage that?
Yes.
I'm sure you can. And I'm sure you're looking forward to. Is there anything that you've been learning so far about Jamaican culture or Jamaican heritage? Anything new that you have learned? Mhm. You would you like to tell us anything that stands out for you as you learn more about the history of Jamaica and the heritage of Jamaica and the food and the music and all these things?
I mean, I am supposed to be dancing to some of the music, which are really inspiring to me.
Oh, lovely. What kind of dance will you be doing?
A reggae,
All right.
like an old time dance, like go-go.
Okay. All right. Sounds like you'll be having a lot of fun. I guess you have been practicing, right? Excellent. Well, congratulations to you. So far, so good. And all the best. All right. Who is coming next? Do you know that song? Who is coming next? Punchinella, little fellow. Who's that? Say that again. That sounds like a fancy name. I haven't picked it up yet. Caitlin. Hi, Caitlin. How are you?
Thank you, and how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. And what do you love most about Jamaica?
I love the culture. I love the culture. I love the food.
What's your favorite Jamaican dish? Jerk chicken. Can you cook? Yes? What do you like to cook when you get a chance to cook? What do you like to cook? Huh?
I would like to cook rice and those stuff.
Rice and whatever meat or fish is available, I'm sure. Okay, very good. So why did you decide to enter the Minimis Optimist competition?
The reason why I decided to enter the Optimist competition is to show people what I can do and see.
Oh, wonderful. So what can you do?
I can like sing poems and
Do you have a favorite poem?
yes, sir.
What's the title of your favorite poem?
Sarah is Jubilee. It's a Jubilee time.
This is a Jubilee time. Who's the writer?
Uncle Roy.
Oh, really? I didn't know that Uncle Roy could write poems too. I'm kidding. Okay, very good. Have you learned it by heart yet? Or you're still studying it?
I'm still studying.
Do you remember any bit of it that you could share with us briefly?
Yes, sir.
All right, after three. 1, 2, 3.
And it's a Jubilee time, yes. Watch the Jubilee style. And it's a Jubilee time, yes. Celebrate his smile.
All right.
Culture.
Go ahead.
Tonight, our root and culture and mineral response. Make some nice for the float we are come away in a distance.
All right. Sounds like you know a bit of it. I'm sure before the 31st comes around, you'll be ready. Right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Nice to talk with you. All the best.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. Who is coming next? Punchinella, little fellow. Let's tell our listeners, if you're just tuning in, this is Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. We're using the opportunity of the Emancipendence period coming up to give you a preview of the Optimist Club of Harborview's Emancipation in a Schoolyard and Vigil 2022. It will take place at Harborview Primary School and showtime 6:30 p.m. and it will feature a community service awards ceremony, Mr. and Miss Emancipation, Roy Rayan taking on Nazelman, song for song, the drummers, and of course the Minimis Optimist competition. Sounds like you won't need to leave Harborview and its environs at all to have a good emancipendence. Lot will be happening there. So next in line, go ahead. Good afternoon. Introduce yourself, please.
Good afternoon. I'm Kiara Williams.
Kiara or Kiara?
Kiara.
Kiara. Nice to meet you, Kiara.
Thank you.
And which school will you be attending come September?
I'll be attending the Women's Trust High School for Girls.
And do you know how old that institution is?
No, sir, but I know that it's very old.
Of course it is. Well, technically speaking, it's not as old as the boys' side, because the boys' school, Woolmer's Boys, was established back in 1729. Can you believe that?
No, sir.
Yes, 1729. So it's the oldest educational institution in Jamaica. That's the school you're going to. That's a school of which has a very rich tradition. So they started with the boys first, and then later down they started the girls' school and then the prep school, etc. So it has a rich history. And what are you looking forward to the most going to high school?
Well, I'm looking forward to going to school with my sister, actually.
Oh, you're both going to Woolmer's?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's wonderful. Nice. All right, hold it for a moment there. We're going to take a commercial break and come back. This is Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. We're featuring the Minimis Optimist contestants who are going to be participating in the Optimist Club of Harborview's Minimis Optimist competition. There's more after the break.
At Wellington Dental, they offer cleaning, filling, whitening, and other services for the entire family. The time by Wellington Dental is
4 o'clock.
Is it better now? Okay. Que hora es en espagnol? Son las 4. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 4 heures. 现在 TDN 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you had a checkup lately? If not, now's a good time. Let's not wait till we get sick to get a checkup. How about that? Checking in with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. It's Jamaica 60. And so you would imagine there are a lot of events taking place, not least of all coming up on the 31st of July, the Optimist Club of Harborview's Emancipation in a Schoolyard and Vigil 2022 at Harborview Primary School. And you can expect the Community Service Awards ceremony, the Mr. and Miss Emancipation competition, Roy Rayan taking on Nazelman song for song, and we'll have drummers as well. And of course, the Minimis Optimist competition. And showtime is 6:30 p.m. on July 31st. Admission, pre-sold tickets, $800 for adults, $500 for children. And let me see, pre-sold, yeah. So if you buy your tickets early, you pay $800 as adults. If you buy your tickets late, you pay $1,000, and children pay $500, and they will get one free ride. So it sounds as if they'll have lots of rides. Maybe Roy Rayan could tell us about that before we get back to the contestants. Roy Rayan, tell us about all that will be on offer and on show in at the schoolyard. So as you have it here at Harborview Primary School.
What you want, and I said, what I want.
Well, my interest was piqued by the fact that children will get a free ride, which means you would have other rides there.
Yes, so what I know about two, there will be more. I know two, I'm sure somebody in, they have bones about them, I know I'm certain about those two. So, I'm not going to remember everything.
Okay.
They're going to have, is going to be there, and they're going to have a special feature. My mom is coming from
All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you for that quick update. Sounds like you have a lot going on around your device or where you are, but it's all right. It's
my mom, almost 89 years ago, and show them how to make drops. We tell them with the banana and plug the phone and show them how to make
and I remember you mentioned Blacker Ellis earlier on. Yes. Very good. I'm sure it will be. Hello? Kiara. All right, no problem. Right. So, well, Kiara seems to be looking forward to a very, very productive academic year coming up in September. She's ready, and it's good that she's going to have her sister with her as well. That's good. And I'm sure you're going to be doing what? About 13 subjects you normally do in first form. Think you can manage that? I'm sure you can. What's your favorite subject right now, by the way?
She's ready.
Really? And you know, there are so many students who run away from mathematics, sometimes because their parents scare them away, because some parents used to have problems with mathematics. They tell their children that maths is hard. Obviously, you don't take that position, right? Maths is not hard as far as you're concerned, is it? Mm-hmm. So what are you looking forward to the most as we enter this Jamaica 60 Emancipendence period? Is there any piece of information that stands out for you based on all you have been learning so far, or you know already in respect of Jamaica's history? Anything that comes to mind, anything that stands out in the history for you? Of course, yes. Jamaica's #1 backing band, Fab Five. They go all over the world and carry the message of Jamaican music. Excellent. All right. Thank you so much. Wishing you all the very best in the competition. And I'm sure we're going to be hearing great things about you in the future.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Take care.
You're welcome. Take care.
This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. Let's speak with another of the contestants. You know, normally they would join us in the studios of Poro 106 FM, but due to COVID-19, we haven't had guests in our studios for about 2 years now. And so we have to be using the technology. But in the past, the students would join us, the contestants would join us in in the studios here at Lyndhurst Road. So who's next? Next contestant.
Good afternoon. My name is Deandra.
Good afternoon to you, Deandra. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I am fine, thanks. And who encouraged you to participate in this Mini Miss Optimist competition?
Well, let's start off with I didn't actually know about the competition, but my mom got the call even when I came home. So I didn't really expect the call, and the first day I came here, I saw Miss or teacher, and what Uncle Roy said if I was done in the Mini Miss Optimist, and I was like, what is that about? So I wasn't really actually thinking about competition or anything, but I was in the choir and I was thinking it was my music teacher call this Saturday. And I realized it was just a competition that I should do.
So how have you been preparing for the finals so far?
I've been preparing with studying.
What have you been studying?
About Bob Marley.
Okay. Mhm. And what about the training sessions? What are some of the lessons you have been learning?
So the lessons we have been learning in a training session, we have been learning how to stop being shy, how to use polite words, and to show our talents.
Very good. So which talent will you be showcasing?
My talent of showcasing is singing.
Mm-hmm. And have you decided which song you're going to sing yet?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to tell us, or is it a secret?
Okay. It's not a secret.
So you're going to tell us then.
Yeah.
What's the title of the song?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. That sounds like a motivational song.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm. So what do you do when you're feeling down in terms of motivating yourself, or if you come across schoolwork that seems a little challenging? How do you motivate yourself?
How I motivate myself is that I put on my headphones and my papers that I got to study, I use those and to calm down myself. And when I realize I'm very calm, I go back to school.
All right. Very good. So which school will you be going in September?
I'm not going into a school. I'm going to be in grade 6.
Oh, grade 6. So you'll still be at Harborview. Is it Harborview Primary School?
Yes.
Okay, good. So when are you going to do PEP?
Sir, next year.
Next year? Okay. Or is it later this year?
No, sir.
All right, next year. All right, so you still have time to enjoy Harborview Primary School, and I'm sure you're going to be enjoying, and you're already enjoying, the Mini Miss Optimist competition. Well done.
Thank you.
All the best. Take care. I've lost count, Roy Ryan. How many have we gone so far? How many more to go?
have 8, and then we have then 24, you have 8, and you have 5. No, set out, you have the okay. You have 5. So,
5 more to go.
5 more to go. 5 more to go. And she didn't know, and was letting you know, that last year's winner is here. And I'm certain you would want to talk to her personally.
Sure. So let's.
Let me show her what tell you. She's actually going to be immaculate.
Oh. Nice.
So she came here as a shy, just like the little shy one. And her mother, you know what her mother said to me? Can you imagine?
Yes. So it's part of her personal development.
Yes, you know, and came here very, very shy. And we didn't have to ask me that she was transformed. But it's not my fault, I just encourage her.
We hear you loud and clear. All right, so let's talk with the next. Tell me. Zamoya. Hi, Zamoya. How are you?
Fine, thank you. And how are you?
I am doing pretty well, thanks. What can you tell us about what you have been doing so far as you prepare for the Mini-Miss Optimist competition? All right, I tell you what, we need to take a commercial break. Hold for a moment, Zamora. Let's take the break and come back. Zamoya.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:15.
Que hora es en español? Son las 4:15. Quelle heure est-il en français? Il est 4h15. 现在几点了？4点15分。15 minutes past 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you done your homework yet? Yes, young people, we know it's summer. You're on holiday, although some of you are attending summer classes. But you know what we always say? Even when school is out, homework is always in. Because homework is about preparation, and proper preparation prevents poor performance. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. And as we always say, young people, socialization makes you educable. Education makes you trainable. Training makes you employable. And the right attitude makes you successful. Homework time, young people. Let's continue now our conversation with Zamoya, another of the finalists in the Mini-Miss Optimist competition, which will take place on July 31st at 6:30 in the evening at Harborview Primary School, part of the Optimist Club of Harborview's Emancipation in the Schoolyard and Vigil 2022. There'll also be a Community Service Awards ceremony, Mr. and Miss Emancipation. Roy Ryan and Nazalman will be going at it song for song. And we'll have some drummers as well. And lots of fun and activities. Right. So now, let's hear from Zamoya. Zamoya, good afternoon once again. How are you? I'm doing well, thanks. So as we celebrate Jamaica 60, Zamoya, if you could change one thing about Jamaica, what would that be? Violence, yes, indeed.
Violence, yes, indeed.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I don't like that people keep committing crimes in Jamaica. It's kind of destroying Jamaica.
How do you think we could
How do
we
you think
could
we could
improve that?
improve that? That
we could start living
start living
together as one
together as one
once again, as opposed to
once again, as opposed to
fighting each other. What do you think it
fighting
will
each
take to
other.
get us,
What do
to
you
get
think it
more
will
of us
take
to
to
be
get us to get
living
more of
together
us
as one, living in
living
harmony,
together as
living
one,
in
living in
love?
harmony, living in love?
So everyone should love each other. Even if we don't like them, we should still love them. And if they do something to you, we should act not for them.
So no violent reaction.
So no violent reaction. No violence.
Right. What do you do when you
What do you do
have a
when you
confrontation with your
have
fellow
a
students?
confrontation
If
with your
something
fellow
goes
students?
wrong
If something
and there's
goes
an
wrong
argument
and there's an argument
or a fight.
or a
Have you
fight.
had such
Have you had
experiences?
such
And when you've had those
experiences? And when you've had
experiences,
those experiences,
how did you
how
handle
did
them?
you handle them?
So I argue. So sometimes I'll stop them unless I am involved and I'm not going to stop them.
Unless you're involved, you're not going to stop them. Okay, so
Okay, so
that's one approach.
one approach.
Why wouldn't you try
Why wouldn't
to
you try to
separate them?
separate them?
Out of fear,
Out of fear,
afraid that they might turn on you, is that it?
You, is that it?
Okay. All right. All right. Well, thank you very much for talking with us briefly.
Talking with us briefly.
And we're sure you are going to do well.
You are going to do well.
And we wish you all the very best.
And we wish you all the very best.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Let's speak with another. Thank you. That was Zamoya. So now we're going to speak with another of the contestants in the mini Miss Optimist competition. So next contestant, please go ahead and introduce yourself. Kenesia? Right. Kenesia Roach. Well, Kenesia, it sounds like, let me see if I could do a lucky guess here. Is your father's name Ken?
Is your father's name Ken?
No, okay. That didn't work.
Oh, okay. That didn't work.
That didn't work. Do you know who gave you the name Kenesia and why?
Who gave you the name Kenesia and why?
Okay. All right. So, but you obviously love your name.
But you obviously love your name.
And you know, some of us take it for granted, but you know, it's a fact that some people don't like their names or don't like their name.
Or don't like
but you don't have that problem, do you?
But you don't have that problem, do you?
Yes or no?
Yes or no? Yes or no?
All right, let's talk about your journey in this competition. How easy or how hard has it been for you in the competition so far? A little rough. What has been the causing it to be a little rough?
I can't really say my poem that well, and I can't believe that.
It just means you need to give it a little more time. Like practice a little more. Have you been practicing? Yeah, so just keep practicing. Practice makes perfect. So let's see how much of it you remember. How much of the poem do you remember? After 3. 1, 2, 3.
Lord, what a piece of celebration. This never I gonna miss me. Everybody young, in between, and even my old granny. They say when we see the neighbor, when we see the children from up the hilltop, everybody in them colors. But my mother said she now send me because COVID's lucky and monkeypox just dropped. My brother said,
No, why did you stop? I was enjoying it.
please, Mama, we'll distance myself socially. Mama said no. But Mama just asleep. I'm going to take a peep. The tears feet are jerk chicken mad. We said it chocolate mad. Everything just nice. I can, you know.
All right, you're making me hungry now. No more talk about food. I feel for some jerk chicken now. But that's very good. You're not doing too badly at all, Canisia. Very good. So you just keep practicing and you'll get even better. All right?
Okay, sir.
Thank you very much for talking with us. All the best. All right, let's get another contestant right now in the Mini Miss Optimist competition, part of the Optimist Club of Harborview Emancipation in the Schoolyard and Vigil 2022 at Harborview Primary School. Gates open at midday. Get ready for that. Who's next? What's the name? First name? Keithian? Keithian.
Keithian.
Oh, Keithian.
But she had a list like Blacker and a list like me, but I want to mine. And Blacker and she were
We hear you. Well, it's good to talk with you, Keithian. So what do you like most about your community? Tell us about your community. What do you love about your community?
The animals that are in here.
Oh, really? Which animals do you have in your community?
I have dogs and cats.
Okay. That sounds like you have a lot of fun. Hmm? Yes, that sounds like you have a lot of fun playing with the dogs and the cats. Any other animals?
There are some pigeons.
Oh, lovely. So you have to feed all of these animals?
I do not have none.
You don't have any?
I have a cat, but he ran away.
Uh-oh. Oh, dear. So you need another pet then? Is that it?
There also, we had 2 dogs, but they keep pooping in the yard.
Uh-oh. Oh, dear. You maybe needed to give them some training. Some potty training.
Money to buy that.
All right, I hear you. So do you think you love animals enough to become a veterinarian, to become a pet doctor, an animal doctor? All right. Well, we look forward to hearing in the future that you followed your dream of becoming a veterinarian, an animal doctor. We hope it works out for you. Hmm? You have a poem as well. All right, go ahead with the poem, please.
I would love God, nothing country. I would love God. Tell me now, I would love God, nothing country. I would love God. And so, we used to run up and down, play many games to have so much fun. We dance and sing to our favorite reggae song. We got school together education. To get education. No one know. I wouldn't love God, nothing country. I wouldn't love God. And so now, I wouldn't love God, nothing country. I wouldn't love God. Stop the looting, stop the shooting, murder. Stop the killing, make peace with your brother. Stop trample my future, me need a brighter tomorrow. I wouldn't love God, nothing country. I wouldn't love God. I wouldn't love God, nothing country. I wouldn't love God. And so now,
all right. No, that's a very good question.
All right. Now that's a very good question.
And a very sobering one at that.
And a very sobering one at that.
We want to thank you, Kisian.
We want to thank you, Kisian,
for sharing the poem with us. We don't want you to recite all of it. We don't want everybody to hear all of it, especially those who you want to encourage to attend the event. So you just give them a little taste of what is to come and what to expect. So save the rest for the show on July 31st. But well done. You know your lines very well. All right. Take care, Kisian. All the best to you. All right, let's have another of the contestants. Leah. Well, let's take Leah after the break.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:30. Track and field fans, get ready, set, go! Tune in to Power 106 FM weekdays and weekends, July 15 to 24 at 6:45 p.m. as track and field analyst Olive McNaughton gives us the daily roundup and best moments from the World Athletics Championships, Oregon 2022. Coverage of the World Athletics Championships, Oregon is brought to you by Ellis Duane and Company Limited, KFC, Marjorie Black Quarry and Block Factory, Wellington Dental, Master Plumber Sales, Service and Hardware Supplies, Coast to Coast Quarries Limited, and CIWI Electrical Sales Limited.
Something inside so strong. I know that I can make it. But it's doing me wrong, so wrong. But then I cried just wrong.
¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 5:29. ¿Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 5:29. 现在几点了？5点加29分。29 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Do you know where your children are? Are they where they're supposed to be? Doing what they're supposed to be doing? It's a good time to check up on the children. Well, if your children are participating in the Minimis Optimist competition, we know where they are. They're at Harborview Primary School as they continue their preparation for the Optimist Club of Harborview's Emancipation in at the Schoolyard and Vigil 2022. And that takes place on July 31st, 2022. Showtime, 6:30 in the evening. Admission, pre-sold tickets for adults, 800 pre-sold, 1,000 at the gate. And children, $500. And they will get a free ride. There are a couple of rides there. There's the bouncer boat and the trampoline and lots of Jamaican food and treats and drinks on sale. And Roy Ryan's mom is going to be showing us how to make drops and chocolate tea all day long. Oh, that sounds like something that a lot of Jamaicans would enjoy. And so we've been featuring the contestants. After all, why not? Why not? Let's listen to the children and let's help them to grow and develop and ultimately to prosper. So, how many have we gone so far? Is it, I've lost count? 3 to go. And so we're going on.
3 to go.
Hmm?
And so we're going on.
Leah. Okay. Hi, Leah. How are you?
Leah. Okay. Hi, Leah. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. And which school will you be
I'm doing well,
attending
thanks. And which school will
in
you be
September?
attending in September?
Oh, good.
Oh,
Camperdown
good.
High School. And what are you looking
Camperdown High
forward to the
School.
most
And what are you looking
going to
forward
high
to the
school?
most
Moving from
going to
primary
high
school
school?
to high school. What are
Moving
you
from
looking forward to
primary
the
school
most?
to high school. What are you looking forward to the most?
And what about extracurricular activities?
And
Will you
what
be
about
getting involved in any
extracurricular
extracurricular
activities? Will you be
activities?
getting involved in any extracurricular activities?
Which ones you think you're likely to
Which
gravitate
ones you think
towards?
you're likely to gravitate
The
towards?
choir, drama club,
The
science
choir,
club, I don't know.
drama club, science club, I don't know.
The choir. That means you can sing.
The choir. That means you can sing.
Would you like to sing a song for us? Huh? Is that a
Is that
yes?
a yes?
I'm listening out for
I'm
the
listening
yes.
out
Is
for
that
the
a
yes.
yes?
Is that a yes?
Yes, sir.
All right. After 3. 1,
All right.
2, 3.
And up.
Yes, she just wants to be beautiful. She goes on. No, you know, all about skip a day or you made a dance. You gotta walk away. Just don't cry.
You know, I can tell that you can sing. I've heard enough to know that you can sing.
Tell that you can sing.
The
I've heard
technology
enough to
is
know
not
that you can
helping,
sing.
though. It's every now and then a
Technology is not
blip in the
helping, though.
technology.
It's every
But
now and then
we
a
have heard
little
enough to know that you can
blip
sing.
in
That's
the
very good,
technology.
Leah. Very
But
good.
I've heard enough to know that you can sing. That's
So,
very
what do
good,
you
Leah.
hope to
Very
do
good.
in the future when
When
you're
you're
in terms of
in
your
terms of your
studies going
studies
forward?
going forward?
What kind of
What kind
occupation
of
or
occupation
profession
or
or
profession
vocation
or vocation
or business are you
or
looking to
business
pursue?
are you looking to pursue?
To either be a doctor or a model.
A doctor or a model?
Doctor
That's
or a
interesting.
model? That's interesting.
So you'll ultimately make
So
a
you'll
decision at
ultimately
some
make a
point
decision
between the
at some
two.
point
Which
between
one
the
are you
two.
likely to
Which one are you likely to
are you likely to
are you
choose?
likely to choose?
Why? What is it about modeling that has gotten your attention to the point where you would also like to become a model?
I don't really know.
You just know that you like modeling. I see.
Just know
And
that
I
you
would
like
imagine you
modeling.
will be modeling on the 31st of July as part of the mini Miss Optimist competition.
Imagine you will be modeling part of the mini
Yeah.
Optimist
And
competition.
no doubt you're
No doubt
looking
you're
forward
looking
to
forward
that,
to
I'm
that,
sure.
I'm sure.
All right. So
All right. So
what can you
what
tell
can
us
you tell
then
us then
about your
about
favorite
your
part
favorite
of
part of
preparing for this
preparing for
competition?
this competition?
This studying and I'm practicing my talent.
Which talent piece are you going to be doing? A song?
No, sir.
A poem?
Dancing.
Oh, you'll be dancing. Very good. What kind of dance?
Reggae.
Reggae. All right. No problem. All right. We're going to leave you here for now. Thank you so much for talking with us. All the best. All right, Leah. Take care. Let's go to another of the contestants in the mini Miss Optimist competition. Hello. Good afternoon. Who do we have here now?
Hello. Good afternoon.
Onisha?
Who do we have here?
Oh, okay. So that sounds like you have a part of your father's name. All right. I knew I would get one of those. Right. Got it right this time. Onisha. Okay. All right. So is it fair to say that you are daddy's little girl, your daddy's favorite? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. And it goes the other way as well. Daddy is your favorite as well. I figured as much. So what has daddy said about your decision to or giving you permission to enter the mini Miss Optimist competition? Oh, Anisha, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Right. So what has daddy said to you since you decided and got permission to enter the competition? How is he feeling? What is he saying?
Sir, every time I reach home, he always say, "Did you study?" Every time when daddy reach home, he always asks if I practice or if I study, and he will come and sit down with me and help me study.
Oh, that's sweet. Nice. Very good.
That's sweet. Nice.
So you get very good support from daddy. And that doesn't make mommy feel jealous, does it? Wonderful. So where are you in your schooling now? Are you still in primary school or will you be going to high school in September like so many of the contestants?
I'm still in primary school now.
Okay. So will you be going to high school in September?
No, sir.
Oh, not yet. You're going to grade 6 or grade 5?
No,
grade 5.
Grade 5. All right. Well, we wish you all the very best. You're getting very good practice and very good training at an early age. And that should help you as you continue to grow and develop. All the very best to you, Oenisha.
Thank you, and same to you.
Thank you very much. Take care. And let's go to another of the contestants now. Who do we have now, Mr. Rayon? All right, no problem. Gabriel, you said?
Yes.
Hi, Gabriel. Good to talk with you. Thank you so much for joining us on both sides of the story. What's your favorite story? Something you read some time ago, a novel, one of your literature books, or anything that you've read, any story that you've read that has stayed with you, maybe a story from the Bible. Which story comes to mind? Cinderella. What kind of lessons have you learned from the story of Cinderella?
mom died and her father married a wicked lady. And she had two stepsisters that were mean to her. And her father died afterwards, and then her stepmother make her do all the work and not her daughters.
Yes. So she had a rough experience. So what happened in the end? Remind us, please.
Oh, at the end, she got married to a prince.
All right. And they lived happily ever after. Sorry, I didn't get the last part of what you were saying. Technology wasn't cooperating at all. But you've told us more than enough, I'm sure. You have very good memory, a very good memory to remember all that happened in the story of Cinderella. Very good. All right, so thank you very much. Time is running out, and so we're going to move on. All the best.
You know, the reigning minimalist, optimist.
After the break, let's take the break and come back.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:45. There's a retirement crisis in Jamaica, with only approximately 10% of the working population saving towards retirement. Many people do not participate in a formal pension plan, such as contract workers and the self-employed, and some are not eligible for a government pension. Every member of the workforce has the opportunity to participate in a pension plan and secure a monthly income for their retirement.
Coming to you after the break.
Every Monday at 9:30.
So you are the reigning minimalist optimist.
BPM Financial, discussing the importance of retirement planning.
What's your first name?
To move Jamaica out of this crisis. Retirement wealth creation is
You know, that's my niece's name.
Financial Limited, taking you higher.
All right, stand by. Let's go, studio. Que hora es en español? Son las 5:14. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 5h moins 14. 现在几点了？5点加14分。14 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Good afternoon to all working Jamaicans tuned into both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. It's a good time for us to ask ourselves, how productive have we been today? How productive have we been today? We've been having a very productive session with the young people, the contestants in the Mini Miss Optimist competition, which is a part of the Optimist Club of Harborview's Emancipation in the Schoolyard and Vigil 2022, happening on the 31st of July, starting at 6:30 in the evening. Pre-sold tickets, 800 for adults. That's pre-sold, and 1,000 at the gate. Children, 500, and they get the benefit of a free ride as well, and lots of goodies. And we look forward to that. In the meantime, let's speak with another of, I'm told this is the reigning Mini Miss Optimist, and she is Tiana Lee. Hello, Tiana Lee, how are you?
Hello, sir. I'm fine. How are you?
I am fine, thanks. Can you share with us your experience when you entered the Minimis Optimist competition. What was that like? And how have things been since that time up to now as you continue to reign?
Well, at first, I was very scared and I had low self-esteem. And when
we lost you after when? Say that again, please.
I'm so shy. And since then, I have been working on it.
That's very good. You're doing it so far. You're working on it. That's obvious. That's good. So far, so good. Keep going.
My experience was great. Our the Boone Hall Oasis site.
And do you remember what your reaction was when you heard that you were the winner? You were the Minimis Optimist. What was that like when you got that news?
It was very exciting, but it was not very surprising at the same time because I also got some of the prizes.
Oh, I see. So what have you been up to since you won the Mini Miss Optimist competition?
I have been
You've been pretty much operating like an ambassador, eh?
Yes, sir.
All right. Looks like that's as much as you'll share with us for now. Thank you very much for talking with us, and all the best for the rest of the time that you have as the reigning Minimis Optimist. All the best. All the best. Thank you. So, Roy Ryan, this is it.
Yes, and Tiana don't want to tell you that she did quite a few things, in represented herself well, but she also went on to be the head girl at Bars Press. So she did well.
Mm-hmm.
She did well. Still a little shy. Mm-hmm. But we thank you for having us, and I am certain this is an experience, because I can tell you some of them don't even realize that they're actually, even though they're on radio, they don't even realize that they're really on radio and people all over the world. I am sure I am sure that one of these young miss want to say something to you quickly again.
No problem.
I think it's Christine.
Hi again, Christina.
Hi. On behalf of all of the contestants of the Minimis Optimist competition, I would like to tell you thank you for giving us the opportunity to be on radio.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you all so much for being a part of the experience, and we wish you all the very best. You're welcome. Take care. Bye-bye. So there you have it. We just concluded or feature on the Optimist Club of Harborview's Mini Miss Optimist competition, which is a part of the Emancipation in at the Schoolyard and Vigil 2022, scheduled for Harborview Primary School. Gates open at midday, and that's on the 31st of July 2022, 6:30 in the evening. Admission $800 pre-sold and $1,000 at the gate. That's for adults, and for children, it's $500. Owen Blacker Ellis will be there as well. Roy Ryan will be taking on Nazelman song for song, and it's going to be a lot of fun. You can check it out. All the very best. Okay, just enough time for us to get ready to wrap today's edition of both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And taking your calls, although what time is it? We have just a few minutes to go, but we thank those who have been joining us online from all over the world. Asha Ash says, good afternoon, Mr. Dervan, just tuning in from London, UK. Welcome, Asha Ash. Hello as well to Dennis Walters, to Velta Wilson in St. Thomas, Donovan Campbell, good day to you too. Karine Campbell is also in touch with us. And Natalie Winter, good afternoon to you as well. Thank you very much for tuning in, and all the very best to all those who have been tuning in to both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. And so we're getting ready to wrap this afternoon's edition, but you know how much we value your input and your support. And so we say a very special thank you to all those who participated in this afternoon's program, and to say hello as well to Keisha, Andrew, Joan in Bermuda, hello to you, and Norman Hines in St. Thomas. Thank you all so much for making it both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. All things being well, both sides of the story returns tomorrow afternoon, 2 to 5. Till then, this is Dervan Malcolm reminding all of us that every day is an opportunity to do better than yesterday. Take care.
The louder I will sing. You hide behind walls of Jericho. Your lies will come tumbling. Deny my place and time. You squander wealth that's mine. My light will shine so brightly, will blind you. Because there's something inside so strong. I know that I can make it. Though you're doing me wrong, so wrong. You thought that my pride was gone. Won't do. There's something inside so strong. Oh, something inside so strong. Brothers and sisters, when they insist we're just not good enough,
We're gonna do it anyway. 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 Something inside so strong. I know that I can make it.
But you're doing me wrong, so wrong. But the night pride was gone. Oh no. Something inside so strong. Something inside so strong. I know that I can make it. But you're doing me wrong, so wrong. But the night pride was gone. Oh no. Something inside so strong. Oh, something inside so strong. Something inside so strong. Something inside so strong.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
5 o'clock.
News comprehensive.